Welcome back to Reds Fusion LFC. Big transfer news today. Darwin Nunez could be on his way to Saudi Arabia, with Al Hilal circling as Liverpool slap on a £65 million price tag. Meanwhile, the Reds are closing in on Hugo Ekitike, as Florian Wirtz's decision sheds light on Liverpool's smart transfer strategy. With a potential £300 million spending spree on the cards, and a top defender tipped for Real Madrid, there's a lot to unpack. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. Darwin Nunez open to Saudi move as Al Hilal and others circle amid £65 million Liverpool price tag. TBR Football can exclusively confirm the latest developments around the future of Liverpool striker Darwin Nunez amid interest from the Saudi Pro League. Liverpool have decided to part company with Nunez after just over 3 years at Anfield, as Arne Slot looks for different options. And with Liverpool now in pursuit of Hugo Ekitike, Nunez would fall further down the pecking order at Anfield. The Saudi Pro League has been circling around Nunez for a while now, and it looks as though he is now open to a move to Saudi Arabia. Darwin Nunez now open to Saudi Pro League move as Liverpool seeks £65 million. TBR Football chief correspondent Graham Bailey understands that Darwin Nunez has indicated he is willing to move to the Saudi Pro League this summer, which is set to accelerate their interest in him. The Saudi Pro League have been waiting in the wings for Nunez, as they knew his plans until last week were clear. He only wanted to join Napoli. Now Napoli have moved on from Nunez, as TBR Football recently confirmed. There are few options now available. There was some interest in Italy with AC Milan, but they are going for Dusan Vlahovic, whilst Juventus and Inter Milan have also made inquiries, but nothing substantial. One issue is Liverpool's asking price for Nunez. This is understood to be around £65 million, and it is the main reason that Napoli dropped out and why no other clubs in Europe are likely. However, the Pro League would be willing to pay that, and we are told numerous clubs are keen, including Al Hilal, who have seen their top target Victor Osimhen commit to Galatasaray. Liverpool, who would in theory keep Nunez if their terms are not met, are hopeful of finding a deal for him this summer, sooner rather than later. We also understand that the Pro League remain interested in Nunez's teammate Luis Diaz. What Arne Slot told Darwin Nunez about his future before the end of last season. TBR Football recently revealed that Arne Slot spoke to Nunez before the end of last season, at which point he was told that he will not feature prominently going forward. It is understood there is no bitterness on Nunez's part, and he appreciates Slot and Liverpool for being upfront with him. Although Nunez would have preferred to stay in Europe or move to the MLS or South America, his high cost makes this a difficult prospect. The Uruguay international's decision to consider a move to the Saudi Pro League should now see things accelerate with regards to a solution. Liverpool transfers. Hugo Ekitike pursuit moves closer as defender tipped to join Real Madrid. Liverpool are making a real push in this transfer window as they look to hold on to their Premier League title and are on the verge of making a 7th signing after closing in on Frankfurt's Hugo Ekitike. Liverpool are keen to show the rest of their Premier League rivals they are taking the 2025-26 seriously and aren't happy to settle for one title triumph under Arne Slot. The Reds have splashed out more than £170 million on 3 major signings and look set to add one more after advancing in talks to sign Eintracht Frankfurt striker Hugo Ekitike. Slot has already added right-back Jeremy Frimpong, left-back Milos Kerkez and playmaker Florian Wirtz, who arrived in a record deal worth £116.5 million. The Premier League champions were also interested in Newcastle striker Alexander Isak, but appear to have cooled their interest, with the Sweden star valued at around £125 million. Wimbledon. People are only just realizing why tennis scoring system goes 15, 30, 40. Morgan Gibbs-White makes Nottingham Forest transfer demand amid £60 million Tottenham feud. Liverpool ends transfer talks after Arsenal made superior offer. Liverpool had been in discussions with Salford City over a potential deal for 17-year-old striker Will Wright, but have now ended their interest amid reported Arsenal hijack. Liverpool has reportedly withdrawn their interest in Salford City's young talent, Will Wright. The Reds had been engaged in discussions with the League Two club regarding a potential transfer for the 17-year-old. However, it is understood that Liverpool have now backed out of negotiations after considering a possible deal. There were suggestions that the Reds were prepared to table a £300,000 offer, but as reported by the Echo on Tuesday, July 16, their bid would have fallen short of such an amount. Liverpool's decision to withdraw comes amidst rumours that Arsenal have swooped in for the teenager, allegedly offering more than the aforementioned fee. While no agreement had been reached between Liverpool and Salford, the Reds were always conscious of interest from other clubs. Brentford, Leicester City, and Burnley have also kept tabs on the 6 feet 3 inches teenager, while earlier this summer, the Daily Mail reported that Manchester City were poised to challenge the Reds for Wright's signature. However, it now seems that the Gunners could be closing in on the teenage forward following Liverpool's withdrawal. Wright is currently in his second year of scholarship with Salford, and was seen playing for local teams Exton Villa and Filda just 2 years ago. The towering 6 feet 3 striker netted over 50 goals at all levels for the club last season. Wright has already clocked up 4 appearances for Salford's first team, managed by ex-Liverpool Academy coach Carl Robinson, and has been named in the matchday squad 11 times. During the pre-season, he's found the back of the net 3 times for the club's senior side. After bagging a double against FC United, Wright expressed his appreciation for the chance to play with Salford's main squad. "I feel great, I'm ready. For all of us, it's a fantastic opportunity," he remarked. "Just to be even playing games, let alone training with the first team. Getting the opportunity and gaining the experience and taking things back to the B team and academy where we can influence them and hopefully bring more and more up, hopefully bring more people through and get more debuts." Florian Wirtz's reasoning for choosing Liverpool over Bayern sums up Hugo Ekitike's approach. Liverpool is closing in on a deal to sign Hugo Ekitike, and if the Reds' track record in the transfer market over the last 10 years is anything to go by, he will probably be a roaring success. Virgil van Dijk hinted that he knew a big summer was ahead at Liverpool when he signed his new contract in April, and that has absolutely turned out to be the case. The Reds staved off competition from Bayern Munich to sign Florian Wirtz for what could end up being a Premier League record fee, while Milos Kerkez and Jeremy Frimpong have also arrived for lofty sums of money. Now, it sounds as though Hugo Ekitike is also on his way to Anfield, after Liverpool reached an agreement with the Frenchman over a move to Anfield. It says a lot about the position Liverpool is in right now that some of the most exciting players in the world are choosing Anfield as their favored destination. Of course, it should come as no surprise that a historic club like Liverpool has huge pull, but there is no doubt that what the club is doing on the pitch is a major reason that Anfield has become such a popular destination. The on-field success has come as a result of Liverpool having the right people in the important positions off the field, with the Reds rightly receiving plaudits for its recruitment over the last decade or so. Florian Wirtz's father recently revealed how the way Liverpool approached signing his son was a key reason behind the German choosing the Reds over Bayern. Liverpool and Slot made it clear to Wirtz how they viewed him as such an important player for their project, making him feel particularly wanted, and that is no doubt something that they also did with Kerkez, Frimpong, and Ekitike. There were several clubs interested, but Bayern and Liverpool remained the only serious options, Wirtz's father, Hans-Joachim Wirtz, revealed in an interview with Der Spiegel. The situation with Bayern was difficult because they made incredible efforts and also clearly analyzed the sporting possibilities. Arne Slot has impressed Florian with what he's done on the pitch. He's also a very pleasant person. Florian's best coaches have always been those who gave him a lot of freedom and those with the most empathy. He also finds the English game interesting because it thrives on pace and dynamism. Slot presented his playing philosophy, the team tactics for possession and pressing, and how Florian can develop his strengths in these areas. That made a decisive impression on Florian. The training conditions in Liverpool were also totally impressive. Plus, Florian is now at a good age to move abroad. We set ourselves a deadline, and all 3 of us shared the same perception and thus made the joint decision in favor of Liverpool. Florian saw the move abroad as a new personal and sporting challenge and therefore chose Liverpool. Finance expert details how Liverpool have built incredibly strong PSR position to fund potential £300 million spree. Liverpool are spending big in the transfer market. Liverpool are once again in headlines around the world as they continue to navigate their impressive summer transfer business. As the reigning Premier League champions, it was expected that the Reds would bring in some exciting new players this window. Announcing Jeremy Frimpong so quickly after Trent Alexander-Arnold's departure really set the tone for what is shaping up to be an extravagant window for Liverpool. Bringing in club record signing Florian Wirtz has also shown how much Arne Slot and his side mean business. Despite competition from other clubs, the Reds have come out on top to sign 3 key targets so far, with Milos Kerkez the latest through the door. Their business isn't finished, though. Liverpool remain hot in the headlines as they look to splash more cash on a new centre-forward. David Ornstein upped the ante this week with his announcement that Liverpool had communicated their interest in signing Alexander Isak from Newcastle United. The striker, ruled an almost unattainable target, has been on their radar for months now, and the Athletic reporter dropped the news that Liverpool were interested in striking a deal worth £120 million with the Magpies. While the champions have not yet made an official move for Isak, the interest and apparent willingness alone is another huge statement of intent. If Liverpool did manage to sign Isak for the reported £120 million, not only would they set a new British transfer record, but it'd take this summer spending to the £300 million mark. With £170 million already spent on Frimpong, Wirtz and Kerkez, Liverpool have made quite the splash, but signing a new centre-forward has become a matter of importance to the club's recruitment team.